Yesterday class I did not share you, right? So it was incomplete, so that's why I did not share it. In the last class, if you remember, we talked about receipts only. Okay, receipts. We created receipts, then after that, we noted down some tables also. And we made a link between PO and invoice. PO and sorry, receipt. Now take down this PO. Based on this PO, we can create invoice. Invoice will create automatically after creating a receipt. Just go to view requests. You can see here, pay on receipt auto invoice. This is the program. It will call one program that is an payable open interface import. Just click on this payables open interface import. By using this, we can see invoices. Okay, if you take this invoice number, I think this yesterday's only invoice created. There is no proper space, but this is the invoice. It is account payable invoice. Account payable invoice, we can check in payables responsibility. Go to payables and then invoices, entry, invoices. This is the navigation. F11 and query with the invoice number. You can see this invoice is created by us only yesterday. Go to distributions here and you'll be able to see the PO number mentioned in the distribution table here. See, this is the PO number 6915. Is that the same PO yesterday we created? 6910. Fine, not a problem. Like 6915 someone has created. Now to make a join between purchase order and account payable invoice, there are a couple of tables we have to combine. Check here record history, AP invoices all, and this is an AP invoice live.
Your voice is crackling, Madhu.
Voice cracking.
Yeah, from beginning.
How about others?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. I think your network is little poor, Harshita. Is it clear now? Guys?
Okay, Madhu, I'll manage.
Okay.
You can tell me.
Fine, fine. Now there are three tables here. Go to header information. That's an help and record history. Here is a place. AP invoices all is the one table. And then AP invoice lines all. And one more is AP invoice distributions all. Overall 3 tables for invoice. We have checked invoice. So I'll give you for our purchase order what is the invoice number. Okay. Actually, this invoice number is related to other PO, but anyway, I'll get you. AP invoices all. AP invoice lines all. AP invoice distributions all. Now the point is here link between PO and invoice. AP invoice we can say. So this is the question. Okay. In PO, if you remember, there are a couple of tables we have used. Do you remember the tables? PO, that's all. I'm sorry. PO lines all. PO line locations all. And one more is PO distributions all. Now the link is established. The PO is mentioned at distribution level only. If you go here, here is the place. PO number mentioned at distribution level. Okay. And if you check, there is no PO mentioned in this header level. Correct? PO number is not there. So there is no straight relation between PO distribution and then PO AP invoices all. The join is at distribution level only. So that means distribution to distribution, we have to make a join. This is the distribution table and this is another distribution table. To know the join, as you know already, we have to go to ETRM. ETRM.live. You can straight away search with the table here, that is AP invoice distributions all. Click on this. The distribution ID, invoice ID, distribution line number is the giant, but we are looking other giant, that is PO distributions all. So check what is the giant. Giant between AP invoice distributions all and PO distributions all. The common column is what it is. That is a PO distribution ID. Clear? And join between AP invoice distributions all and AP invoices all. That also we can check somewhere. AP invoices all. Check the join. What is the join? Invoice ID. And if you want to join PO distributions all, PO headers all, what could be the join? Whichever comes first, that is the primary key. That join we have to use. Here PO headers all, PO distributions all. PO headers all is coming first. That's why the primary key of PO headers all is what it is?
Your voice is breaking.
PO header ID. Voice is breaking. Now also breaking. How about others, guys?
Now it's clear, sir.
Yes, Madhu, for me, it's your voice is breaking only from the beginning. It's not very clear.
Okay. What? I don't know. So shall I connect to mobile internet then? Not sure. And speed is good only, it seems. How do you feel now? It's better? I don't know, it's still saying internet connection is stable, unstable. Okay, I'll connect to mobile internet now. Is it better, guys? I just connect to mobile internet.
Yes.
Okay. So still, if you feel cracking, please let me know. Okay. We were discussing about link between PO and invoice. Okay. And I already told you what is the join in the ETRM. That's an AP invoices all. AP invoice distribution all is invoice ID. And then AP invoice distribution all. And one more is PO distribution all. That is PO distribution ID. Okay. Just make a join. Go to the tool. PO distributions all, and one more is AP invoice distributions all. Tell me the giant guy just before you saw that. Right. PO distribution ID that is equivalent to AIDA dot same column PO distribution. But we wanted invoice number, right? So invoice number is always available into header table. Header table is what it is. AP invoices all. There is no AP invoice headers and all. Remember, guys, AIA dot primary key of this table invoice ID that is equivalent to AIDA dot invoice ID. Now AIA dot invoice number. Now we wanted PO number also. PO number is always stored into a table that is column name. Do you remember? Purchase order, where can you see which column? Correct. I think you are not focused on query. Now there are n tables here. N means 4 tables. Correct. The join between PO distributions all and PO headers all. That is a thing we have to include. PO header ID. PTA dot PO header ID. This is the join. There are so many records here, but we have to combine our, see, and one more is missed in this. 4 tables, 4 minus 1, 3 joins. I need to query for our PO. Our PO is here. I have noted down yesterday. This one. F2. I'll reopen again. Toad. See, if you miss something, if you miss the query while executing, you can recall it. F8. F8 is the keyword. We can recall the previously executed statements. See, I missed everything here. Correct. Now, the moment you click on this, if you want to get back the queries previously which executed, F8. F8 will give you the history of SQL statements previously executed. It's good, right? Why it is going up? Open another tab then, let's see. Fine. So if SQL tab is not working, what you can do, you can open the PLSQL tab. See, there is a new tab and then PLSQL style. Now it is working. Okay. So on this 6910, we failed to create PO. We will fail to create an invoice. Let's see. Yeah, on this we created. Someone has created this PO number. So as part of explanation, we created multiple POs. Of course, here 6910. Later also we have created couple of POs. So this is the PO. Now you can see. Take this invoice number. Go to switch responsibility, payables, invoices, entry, invoices. You need to query this invoice. Press F11. Give the invoice number, Control F11. Now go to lines, distributions, or all distribution also you can press. Your PO number is 6915. For this particular invoice, this is the PO number. Just go here. So this is the way we can derive link between PO and invoice. So is that clear, guys, or any doubts? Can you reply? Are you okay with that concept? How to combine PO and invoice? Okay, shall I proceed with other?
Yes, Madhu.
Shall I proceed with other topic? Okay. Here there is one more. How to display AP invoice validation status. This is the question. Okay. AP invoice validation status. Go to general tab here. Status is never validated. This status we are going to derive. As for help and record history, it is saying here AP invoices V. So that means it's supposed to display in AP invoices all, correct? As for record history. But you will not be able to get directly. You have to use one API. That API is here. Go to select star from AP invoices all, where invoice number. We have already derived this. Invoice number is automatically created this by your system. Definitely I need to use PLSQL tab only. Now you will not be able to see the status directly. That never validated. Okay. So for that one package is required. You must remember that package. AP invoices utility package. PKG means package. So the moment see it is another color right now. If it is correct, then only it will go to this green color. Dot get validation status or get approval status. Okay, this is the one we can use. These are all existing functions only, and it has 4 values. One is invoice ID as an input parameter. Invoice amount is an input parameter. All are input only. If just press F4, you can come to know. Go up. See the values here is approved, needs reapproval, never approved. If you go to the application here, never validated. But here actual value is never approved it is. If it is related to invoice. And these are all input and mandatory parameters. If you want to make any parameter, you can use default keyword here as an optional. But right now, all are mandatory. You need to pass. And order you should not misplace. Invoice ID, amount, status, payment status, invoice type lookup code. All the 4 parameters we have to pass. If you don't remember also, no worry, but you have to pass in a sequence. Just press F4 again. These are all invoice ID, amount, payment status flag, invoice type lookup code. Okay. Press F4. Now tell me, which is the first column? Invoice ID, correct? What is the second column? Invoice amount, is it? Invoice amount. Payment. Status flag, right? Where can you see? Here. You need to type it, but I am avoiding typing. What next? What type of the invoice it is? So the type is what it is, standard invoice. Then maybe debit memo, credit memo, other values also available here. That column name is. So whatever I'm clicking on, this is for sorting order, ascending, descending order. Okay, invoice. Column name. Correct. What I'm doing, I'm just pressing here like this. Perfect. Now you can see never approved. The actual value is never approved, but what it is saying in the application, it is never validated. Do you remember I have used decode earlier? Correct? What you can do, first you can format this so that it will align properly. Like this, see, now it looks better, right? Formatting is required every time. Decode of column name. If it is decode of this particular value is never validated. When if it comes as a never approved. What is this actually? It is a status. That's it. So this is how you can do. Again, you can press Shift Control F. Now you can see. Decode. The purpose of decode is the result of this API is this. We are displaying as a never validated. If then else logic. No much logic in this. Now, if you validate this invoice, go to actions. There is a validate button. Validate means it will check currencies. It will check site level values are not mapped or not. And then any accounts derived or not. Like validate, it will check internally all the data valid or not. Could not resolve a record. What is this? Okay. What I will do, I'll requery again, guys. Invoices. The form is not working properly, what to do? We have only this way. Go to actions, validate, okay. Could not resolve. Maybe some issue with application. Okay, we can validate in other way also if it is not working properly. There is a program here. This is another way of validating invoice. Invoice validation. Validation. Okay, if it is not appearing, we may need to add to the group. Just wait, let me check. It's not there. If any program is not appearing here, then we have to add it to the request group. Go to system administrator. Then security. Responsibility. Request. All reports. Payables. Here is the place we have to add that particular program. That is invoice validation. So this program is not appearing. That's why I'm adding over here. Save. Now go back to your payables. Then view requests. Invoice validation. Option. All invoices, whatever. And your invoice number. Click on OK. This is the one way of doing invoice validation. Another, no, fine. Check. How to validate invoice. One is action workbench. Okay, that's called as a workbench. You have seen right earlier. Whatever you are seeing at the bottom, this is called as a workbench. And other method is what it is, concurrent program. Program name is what it is? Invoice validation. Okay, two ways of doing invoice validation. Okay, let's see that we output no holds placed. That's okay. And check your invoice validated or not. Still, it needs revalidation. Okay, what we will do, we'll create one manual invoice. Something went wrong here. To get the previous value, we can use Shift F5. Okay, we have noted down somewhere shortcuts, right? Application shortcuts. Here we can add an entry. Shortcut key is what it is, Shift F5 to copy previous row field to next row field, next row we can say. So I want to copy this also, for example, Shift F5. No need to enter, select like this. It's easy, right? Let's do it. I'm creating manual invoice here. This is a manual invoice. Now go to line level. Go to distributions. Your account. Account is payable account. Save. Now this invoice we have to validate it. Go to your workbench actions. Validate checkbox here. Checkbox. Click on OK. It must be a validated, or if something went wrong, it's a needs revalidation. See, something went wrong, that we can check into holds tab. Okay. The problem is here, you have to read total of invoice. Okay, I'll copy this. The error is here. Total of invoice lines. What is the total of invoice lines here? How much we are getting here? 5,000 plus this 212.50. Almost it is 425. 425 is the tax here. See, we have country tax, city tax, state tax. It is 3 taxes we are getting. The 3 taxes value is what it is, $425. So 425 tax automatically calculated. That is the reason why it is not matching with the invoice amount. That is, it means total of invoice lines is what it is, 5,425. That is not equivalent to invoice amount here. So you will have to include here tax amount, that is 425. Save. So after that, again we have to validate it. So before validating, you need to add here one more entry. Which value will get? So if you simply query, you will not be able to get anything. Never validated. Our invoice is different. It's not showing. The reason is we have not included that if condition. What is the value we are getting here? Needs revalidation, right? For this needs revalidation, which value we can get here? Just go up little, you can see. That is what it is. Needs reapproval. Actual value you will get as a needs reapproval. Count this. We get needs reapproval. needs reapproval. Okay, let's execute this. One more quote extra. Missing expression. Yeah. Okay. This needs revalidation. So your system kept on hold here. There are two types of holds. One is system hold, another one is user hold. User hold, you can take anything. Click on save. See, this is kept by a user here. One is system hold, other one is user. User may be anything. User hold, you can release it like this. Okay, click on OK. And then system hold, if you try to release also, it will throw error. So it is saying you cannot manually release this type of hold. You cannot release. Now you need to rectify the issue, then only it will allow you. Okay, now click on actions again, validate. Okay. Now you can see it is validated. So for validated also you have to make one entry over here. So what could be the value of validated? Tell me guys. We have used all these two. These two we have used. So next is here approved. Approved. We are replacing as a validated. Okay. Click on this validated. So all the three values we have used. And one more is missed. What is that? Cancelled. So how to cancel the invoice? Do you know? Like there is an API is available, or else somewhere here there is a cancel invoices. You can cancel the invoice here. You will get a status here, cancel. So for cancelled also another entry we have to add. For cancel it seems cancelled only, right? Overall 4 values only it is. That's it. So 4 values. Now you can easily understand. We are decoding here. If the result of this particular package is never approved, we are replacing as a never validated. All the 4 we have used. So these are all lookups actually, list of values. Oracle defined as a never approved, but they are making it as never validated here. Okay. So this is the way we can find out a status of your validation status. This is the question here. Question is how to display AP invoice validation status. So what is your answer? Your answer is what it is. You must call this package. Okay. Now next is how to display open AP invoices. Open means payment is pending. It may be full pending or partially pending. So how we can decide is there is a flag here, this flag. Your next step will be making payment only, but right now it is flag. Check the payment status flag. It is N. N means what is not yet paid. We haven't made any payment here. If you make full payment, it will become yes, Y automatically. If it is half of the payment, if you make a payment, that will become P here. P means partial payments. Okay. If you want to see how many payments are partial, means pending payments. AP invoices are where payment status flag is
Hey,
equal
1 second. I can't see your screen.
to your good name.
Priya.
Yeah. So it is under screen sharing only. I'll reshare. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Select star from AP invoices all where payment status flag in two values. As I mentioned earlier, is full payment, it is Y, or pending payment is not yet paid, and one more is partial payment. Partial transfer P it is. These are all the partial payments. 15,000 invoices. And partial only 30. Guys, please go on mute. 30 payments are pending. You can check the balance amount into other table also, that is AP payment schedule file, where invoice ID. To identify the invoice ID of your particular invoice, you can go here, diagnostics and examine. ID values will be hidden. You can get it from here. Invoice ID. Whenever you are querying or something, you can get like this. This is a way. Otherwise, again, we have to add one more column here, invoice ID and query. This is also another way. Both are same. See, 682059, and one more is here also same. Okay. In this, we can find out there is a column amount due. It's not populated. Yeah, amount remaining here only. After making a payment only, it will calculate. So right now it is still saying 0 only. So is that clear? In invoice, how many points we discussed? How to create an invoice, that is one point. So there are two ways to create invoice. One is manual invoice like this, other one is automatic invoice. And there are three tables for invoice: AP invoice all, lines all, and one more is distributions all. And PO number is mentioned in distribution level, correct? PO number. How to make a relationship between PO and AP? I already made one query for you. That is PO distribution ID is the join. And how to display AP invoices statuses by using a package. This is a package. And then how to display the pending payments by using a column, that is payment status flag. This is called as an open invoice. So overall 5 points only today we discussed. Okay. And tomorrow we'll talk about payment, create accounting, and then transfer to GL, and the whole P2P will revise. Revision is also required because we took multiple classes, right? You may not get an overall idea. So that's about tomorrow topics. I mean, next class topics. Clear? So as of now, how many classes completed in P2P? 4, right? The third class, some pending video is there that I'll share today. So any queries, guys, till now? I'm thinking to close the session now, guys. Before closing, if you have any open queries, please let me know.